I guess we should have expected this by now, right? As much as the Democrats and the Republicans have been attacking her, and by Democrats and Republicans, I mean the establishment attacking Ilhan Omar. Ilhan, I've been pronouncing her name wrong this whole time again, but some of my gracious subscribers have corrected me and told me it's pronounced Ilhan. So hopefully I don't mess it up this time, but I probably will because I suck at names in general. But the establishment has basically been on a unified front trying to attack Ilhan Omar from both sides of the fence. And of course, the attacks are non-unique in their absurdity. Like the Republican attacks on her are basically Islamophobic. The Democrats' attack on her are just as Islamophobic, but with a smile at the end of it. So it's been interesting to me, like just watching this whole thing unfold, because I mean, the Democrats loved Ilhan, right? They did. You don't recall? Remember, she was on like the cover of Rolling Stone with Nancy Pelosi, and then the cover of the New Yorker with Nancy Pelosi. And Nancy Pelosi is also the one who is probably leading the charge with attacking Ilhan Omar. That's weird to me. That's kind of weird, don't you think? Because it's almost as if Nancy was using Ilhan Omar. But the Democratic Party they don't like use identity politics for personal gain. They've never been known for doing anything of the sort, right? Okay. But the tragic truth of the matter is they are trying to primary Ilhan Omar. There have been murmurs and rumors about this in the past in regards to not only Ilhan Omar, but AOC and Rashida Tlaib. However, this time, a senator actually allowed The Hill to use his name to say, yeah, there are murmurs. So in this article from The Hill, it says that some Minnesota Democrats, aghast at the controversial comments of Ilhan Omar, are taking initial steps to recruit a candidate to run against her in the next year's primary, seeking to buck history in one of the nation's most progressive legislative districts. Several party leaders said that they have had discussions about finding a candidate to take on Omar just 2 months into her first term in Congress. Because, blue wave, Democratic unity, blue no matter who. Of course, that's like always the motto, unless it's somebody who's progressive. Well, let's continue. But even those who were deeply offended by Omar's comments about Israel concede that they have not yet found anyone to challenge her. Because no one's stupid enough to challenge her in the district she's extremely popular in, made up of people with her experiences, and also because she hasn't done anything wrong. And like, what are you going to do to campaign against her? Really? Like, seriously, what's going to be your campaign slogan? What's going to be your pause? I'm for Medicare or you can be Beto's Medicare, right? Medicare for everyone who wants it, as long as you pay into it. Yeah. I'm for free and fair elections, except for if it's a Democrat running against a Democrat, because I can't really be for free and fair election because the DCCC will take all my money away. So you can't really advocate for that. I mean, to be honest with you, you can't really run a white guy in a Somali-dominated district and expect to win. I'm just being realistic here, especially against somebody who is extremely popular. So I'm not sure what exactly they plan on doing, but I do believe that those are probably the reasons why they haven't been able to find anyone to challenge her, because it's simply not a winnable race, and I don't think anybody's going to want to waste their time to try and unseat her. But nevertheless, it's still a little bit disgusting to see that the Democrats would put this much effort into trying to find someone after when AOC threatened to primary establishment Democrats who are not willing to go along with the progressive agenda. They looked at her like she was crazy. How dare you go against other Democrats? And then Ilhan Omar says, hey, can we just not be imperialistic? you know, some, you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying not to cuss. My mom watches these sometimes. She get on me. So I'm trying not to, she gets on me, y'all. Like, you know, she's like, can we not be imperialistic donkey butts? And they were like, we got to primary her. She's clearly a Republican. So yeah, there's no consistency with the Democratic Party. Once again, I don't think we should be surprised by this, but once again, nonetheless, we should never lose our disgust with the clear hypocrisy of the Democratic Party. Now, a senator told The Hill this: there's definitely some buzz going around about it, but it's more a buzz of, is anyone talking about finding someone to run against her, than it is anyone saying they're going to run against her or contemplate it. There's definitely talk about people wanting someone to run against her, said State Senator Ron Latz, who represents a portion of Omar's district. So this is the first time that we've actually seen someone willing to put their name on the line to say, like, nah, this isn't just murmurs. This isn't, just hearsay. This is actually, this is happening within political circles. It's just that, once again, no one's stupid enough to challenge her. Just like we covered a very similar situation like this with AOC, right? They were like, we're going to primary her because she's being mean to us establishment Democrats. And they're like, so raise your hand if you want to challenge her, right? Go get it. Let's go get that district. Raise your hand. All right. Look, just don't everybody raise them at once. I know everybody's eager. Hey, guys, you can, I said raise your hand about 5 minutes ago. We've been sitting here in silence for the last 10 minutes. I need anybody. I give you an Oreo McFlurry. I even let you put extra caramel on top of it. Anybody? Okay? Nah? All right. That's basically what's happening with Ilhan Omar. They can't find anybody because she's not going to be able to be beaten because everybody agrees with her. That's probably the part that that's what the Democrats don't get more than anything else. Everybody agrees with her, especially in her. What does she campaign on? Non-interventionism, Medicare for all, basically progressive policies that we all support. So why are they mad at her? Because she's behaving and advocating for policy stances that she campaigned on. And so your solution for uprooting Omar is, let's run against somebody. Let's run someone against her. Good God, I can't speak English this morning. Run somebody against her that would have a chance to beat her, because we think her people would not vote for her again because she's doing exactly what she campaigned on doing. What? I'm confused. See, I tell y'all this on a regular basis, people. You don't gotta be smart to be a politician. You don't have to be intelligent to be a politician. You don't even have to have any type of formal background in politics or history or anything to be a politician. You just got to be corrupt enough to play ball with the people who are willing to play ball with you. And sometimes you have to have a pretty smile, although that's not working as much anymore. So, and that's clear, right? Because otherwise you can't really justify the stupidity that comes out of the Democratic Party on a seemingly daily basis at this point. Now, once again, the most frustrating part about this to me is the fact that they loved Ilhan when she got elected, right? They loved her. They were writing about her. Nancy Pelosi, I hate to say it, basically tokenized her every opportunity she got. And the Democratic Party tokenized her. It wasn't only her, but it was primarily her and Rashida Tlaib. But you have to understand the identity politics behind a Somali refugee Muslim hijabi, was beneficial to the narrative that the Democratic Party was trying to become more diverse, and therefore more people should vote for them. But you know how I am. Diversity is a key component in success, but also your policies have to match up. See, and I think that might be the problem. They did love her. But I wonder if Ilhan's comments on Venezuela, Guatemala, Elliott Abrams, AIPAC, money and politics in general, Saudi Arabia, Syria, Obama, I wonder if those had something to do with why they want to primary her. Because, once again, her comments on Venezuela, Syria, Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Obama, Guatemala, Elliott Abrams, the military-industrial complex in general, AIPAC, Benjamin Netanyahu. I mean, if you notice something, those comments have one thing in common. The establishment benefits from, on both sides, from conveniently ignoring all of the not even ignoring, screw that, not ignoring them, perpetuating them. Propagating all of the things that Ilhan Omar and the progressive people in Congress are fighting against. Isn't that just a freaking coinkydink? Wow. I wonder if anybody else has figured this out yet. You better hope her constituents haven't, because she's not going to be beatable. But like this type of stuff, I'm an AOC fan, right? I'm an AOC fan. But the resolve, the Democrat, because even with AOC, it's not necessarily her fault, but the Democrats, primarily out in the open, have to pretend like they love her. They have to. And there is an element of AOC who is concerned about being friendly, and she has a different approach than, say, I would, or Rashida Tlaib, or Ilhan Omar even. And there's nothing wrong with that approach. Sometimes you do have to kill them with the kindness. It's an approach that we've seen. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember his. Woo! I'm so sorry, Doctor Cornel West. We see him use this approach often. Where in Killer Mike, same thing. Where you can't give them any leverage to ad hominem attack you based off of how you're behaving towards them, because they will do it. Like, I can't deny that. We know that they'll do it because all the establishment focuses on is ad hominem. And so now, granted, that's a very valuable strategy on AOC's part. I kind of like Ilhan's better. Ilhan is more like no nonsense. Ilhan is much more sarcastic when it comes to dealing with not only the Republicans, but the Democrats as well. Like, she's much more just forthcoming in her opinions about both parties. And that's something that I cherish, because y'all know me, I don't give two flying middle fingers about either party. And I think that resonates with a lot of people around the country because, well, let's be honest, we all share the same amount of disdain for both parties that Ilhan Omar has been speaking on. And them viciously attacking her like this reminds people daily. Like, I didn't know if Ilhan was going to be on our side. We've had people who pretended to be progressive during their campaign and then convert, unless you're stupid like Andrew Gillum, who converted before his campaign was even over. That, once again, Ilhan Omar is much smarter than Andrew Gillum. But we've seen that. And so all of us are always skeptical about the people they throw in front of us and the people who put themselves in front of us who claim to be progressive, especially when they were putting her on the magazine covers and things like that, covering her wall to wall. But then you see articles like this. This is by CNBC talking about the fact that Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib were the first Muslim congresswomen. See, this article says this about Omar. Omar, who also makes history as the first Somali American woman to be elected to Congress, came to the United States more than 20 years ago as a refugee. In 2016, she became the first Somali American Muslim legislator in the United States. That was when she was still serving in Minnesota. She was elected to serve Minnesota's House of Representatives in District 60B, according to her campaign website. In 2019, she replaced Minnesota Representative Keith Ellison, who was the first Muslim elected to Congress. Tlaib will replace the longtime Representative John Conyers, who stepped down in December amid sexual harassment allegations. Following Tuesday's victory, Tlaib took to Twitter to thank her volunteers and supporters for believing in the possibilities of this movement. So really quick, that whole Conyers thing was such a weird thing. I mean, it's just random aside. I know it's random, but it kind of always bothered me. I don't know if he was guilty or not guilty, but being as progressive as Conyers was on most issues, it just was really convenient that as you're about to see a push for more progressives in Congress and the Senate and potentially a progressive White House than we've ever seen, Conyers is forced out via a sexual harassment accusation. It was just really convenient and weird. Anyway, that article, you notice something weird about that? Omar, first Somali American, first Muslim legislator, first Muslim replacing Muslims, Muslim, Somali American, Somali woman, Somali blah, blah, blah. Y'all hear anything about policies? They never cared about her policies. They never mentioned her policies. Ilhan is benefiting from the same stupid mistake that they made when they got AOC and brought her on all the shows and propped her up in the magazines and blah, 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 blah. When they were like, well, what are you? Like, what kind of politics do you have? I'm a democratic socialist. And everybody like, wow, wait a minute. I thought y'all was supposed to vet this one. What the hell are y'all doing? Same thing with Ilhan. They assumed that, because she was replacing Keith Ellison, that she would play by their game. And they're attacking her because they don't value her experiences, the experiences that lead her to govern in the way that she does. In fact, it's the opposite. We're all limited by our experiences and we're all benefited by our experiences. And they know and they've realized that Ilhan Omar's experiences are dangerous for them because when she speaks, she's speaking from I won't say a place, a displace or displacement, if you will. She's speaking as a woman who's lived through the dangers of American foreign policy. And she's speaking from the heart. And when she's not afraid to say a name, to name an organization, to call it a country, that makes her especially dangerous. And on top of all that, she refuses to take corporate money and play party politics. I'm probably about to go donate to Ilhan real quick. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Thank you for watching that segment of Mi Casa es Su Casa. Help us reach our goal of 500 patrons. You can do so by donating as little as $1 by clicking on the Patreon link in the description below. Don't forget, join us on Roku and JustNForm. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook as well. And remember, more than anything else, find your balance. Peace.